Everyone. Today I want to talk to you about how I went from working 60 hours per week to 6 hours a month in just 6 months. So it's episode 3 of my Runpreneur vlog, possibly podcast in the future, but we'll see how good the audio is. It's a bit windy today, so we'll see how it holds out. Hopefully the audio is clear enough. But yeah, I mean, today it's all about, Wednesdays are always about talking about systems and outsourcing. So everything to do with business systems, processes, all that type of stuff, and how to outsource what you do. And when I say outsource, people always think it's just a virtual assistant. It's absolutely not. It's anybody but you. So it's almost like another word for delegation, but obviously you can outsource to contractors as well. So I think that's where the slight difference is. So I mean, first and foremost, talk about the business failure rate. And I think a lot of people go into business thinking it's going to be their dream life and all that side of things. And I can tell you from first-hand experience, it's not. And there are some fairly alarming stats. Fairly alarming stats that are being, they've got evidence to back them up as well, that 40% of businesses fail within year one. And then further, if you look at 100% as all of small businesses, 40% failed in year one. Around 50% will fail within 2 to 5 years. So that's 90% of the market gone within 5 years. And then another 7.5% of those remaining will fail at some point in the future. So the true business survival rate is actually 2.7% if I'm being accurate, but around about 2.5%. So 2 to 3 businesses out of every 100 will last a test of time. Certainly it's pretty damning. Now, there's lots of people who've got various reasons for why that failure rate is so high. But one of the key ones is from Michael Gerber from The E-Myth, which is an amazing book. If you haven't read, I'll do a review on it at some point in the future. But he recognised that one of the main drivers for business failure was the fact that the business is relying on key personnel rather than robust business systems. So just digest that for a minute. What he's basically saying is that you don't need the best people in the world. I'm not saying you bring in people that are incompetent by any stretch. They don't need to be world beaters and actually be an integral and valuable part of your business. That actually makes your business weaker. Just going past some people here, so just hello. Morning. And a lot of people on the road today looking at me with this selfie stick. So I'm still not quite over the awkwardness of running past people with it, but I'll get there. So yeah, he's not saying to basically hire incompetent people by any stretch, but he's saying that the system should be what the business moves forwards on, not by personal, members of your team skills. Obviously they help, but I think that's the fundamental. And he uses obviously the McDonald's example that so many people use about that doesn't matter who goes in there. Most of the time it's school children, and pick up and deliver the same standard of burger anywhere in the world because of the robust systems and processes. So that's one of the main kind of high level oversights for why you should systemize your business. But then you look at what the reasons that people start a business. Well, some people start it for money and want to get their own worth in life. There's no better way of getting your own value than by going out, earning yourself and getting 100% of the profits, whereas you work for a big corporate, your salary is probably a tiny little smidgen of a percentage, plus maybe a teeny-weeny commission payment on top. So rightly so, if you bring in a couple of £1 million worth of business for the business you're working for, and you only take home maybe 40 grand of that, then that's highly, there's an element of there you'll feel that, you haven't been paid worthy of the work you've done. So self-worth is one of the main drivers. The other one is, freedom, value of time, lifestyle. That And that's where people fail even more so than the first point. Because people seem to think, start a business, oh yeah, it'll be on my terms. But you go in a big corporate, you've got sales, marketing, operations, finance and admin divisions, leadership teams as well, all supporting the common goal of the business. You do it alone, so there's a team of an army of people doing all the work. So that's far more work than what you can do today. And you do it yourself, you've got to cover all of the same business functions, because no matter what size your business is, obviously some areas will be more important than others, but all the typical functions of a business have to be covered. And if it's just you in there, you have to do them all. So that's what kind of justifies the next bit of research I did. And common theme is people say that business owners work twice as hard as employees. That's a little bit vague, so, but the one that has got some backed up knowledge was a New York Times study that they did, and they found that in actual fact 40% of business owners work at least 60 hours a week. So that kind of leads me into kind of where I was 3.5 years ago. So we all know why you should do it, because obviously I've given you some high level information there. But when I go back 3.5 years, my business was actually bigger than it is today. I had 96 properties, had 40 HMOs, 34 SA units, had a number of single lets, lease options, installment contracts, had a hotel, had a block of flats. I did a commercial to resi conversion, which was almost wiped me out. I'll tell you about that another day. So it's a big business, and the key thing is I managed 90% of that portfolio in-house. So I had a team of 9 people, and I was doing 60 hours plus a week. It was, for the money that we were making, I think, I mentioned before, I think we got up to 18.5 grand clear profit after, all before tax. But that's what the profit was on a monthly basis. At its peak, it's not that now. I'd love it to be like that now, but for various reasons, and again, I'll go into that shortly. That's all the money you make. When you're doing 60 hours a week, at least 7 days a week, so you've got a young family that are getting pretty fed up with how little time you're spending with them, it's not worth it. And I was so close to jacking it all in. And if I look back, I was completely out of control. I was a bottleneck. Everything seemed to come through me. I was a control freak. A lot of business owners are. But not just that. My business was out of control. I had a contractor call me up one day to complain about my property manager, who was found sleeping in one of my empty rooms during his shift. And I had no ways or means to find out other than just by chance. So just really kicked me in the teeth and actually said, you know what, my business is anything but systemised. It's so disorganised. Morning. So it was a real eye opener. So I knew about systemisation and outsourcing. I knew the importance of it, and I tried it several times over, but with extremely varying levels of results. First and foremost, I didn't know how. You get all these books that say, like the E-Myth, that tell you why you should do it. They don't give you this implementable step-by-step guide how to. And everyone thinks standard operating procedure or operation manual is like the golden chalice to systemization. Well, it's not. I mean, I tried writing operation manuals before, and it's so demoralising. It takes, people have got different level of English language and written grammatical skills, etc. Mine aren't the best and the worst. It was taking me 2.5, 3 hours to write a manual for a relatively insignificant task in the business. And it's probably one of maybe 200 recurring processes in the business. You end up feeling this isn't going to happen. The hours I have to devote to this. And then to top it all off, you give those instructions on the team members and they cock it up anyway. And you instantly want to point the finger. But in actual fact, when you analyse, it was my written instructions were not clear and concise enough. So the system or the process wasn't robust enough. It wasn't the person who I delegated to's fault. It was my fault. So you end up stopping because you think, that doesn't work. And then the next thing, when you're delegating, you often find it takes longer to explain the task to the person who's doing it than to do it yourself. So you feel it's completely counterproductive. When in actual fact, you don't realise that if you don't take that time, and it doesn't need to be as much time as what I'm saying here, if you don't take the time to set up these systems and processes, you'll be forever doing that. So you think of the compounding impact of the wasted time of explaining the same task over and over again, rather than doing it just once in a more succinct way. So it's, but then I go back to, I mean, this will be another example of how involved I was in my business. We just finished our development of 9 flats. We were renting out service accommodation, and there was me with 4 of my team living on site for 2 weeks. So I was 2 weeks away from my family, young family, and we were assembling over 250 boxes of flat pack furniture and dressings and all that sort of stuff. You know, I sat there and thought to myself, why am I doing this? I mean, this is stuff I should be outsourcing, but I didn't know how, so I thought it'd just be easier for me to do it myself. And that's saying something. It takes 2 weeks of your life. You're not talking, 8 hours a day. You're talking, 4 or 5 hours sleep and then crack on. That type of level of workload. So yeah, it was brutal. It was during that trip I actually came across my most recent business partner, and he showed me a video on Facebook. I found him on Facebook. Showed me a video on how you can use Asana for project management software and how you can outsource effectively using it. And I'm not going to use names and everything here because I think there's anything to hide, but I think I have to get permission before I can use any names. But I can talk about my business, etc. And that was when I formed allegiance with this individual and formed the Systems and Outsourcing company. And I'm no longer involved in that business anymore. It's completely amicable. There's no animosity there. It's just the right decision at the right time. But amazing company and amazing what it does. And I learned how to outsource effectively, and it was just game changing. And it was really simple. It was just using a video. I mean, none of this 2.5 hours of writing operations manuals. And you can actually use the video to get the operation manuals created further down the line. But that's not, that's something you do later in this situation. So systemize and outsource the first instance, a video is just fine. And you think, if you're already doing the work, it only takes you probably 2 to 5 minutes tops to actually press a screen recorder or actually narrate yourself doing the work as you're doing it anyway. And as soon as you've done that, you've got that IP that you can pass over to somebody. And if if I wrote some instructions and gave it to somebody, they'd probably misinterpret it because my English language and grammatical clarity skills probably aren't up to par. If I sent a photo with a few annotations, it'd probably be better. But when there's a query, a photo doesn't answer that query. In a video, say a picture says 1,000 words, but a video says 1,000,000. When you think of all the information you're providing, exactly where to click, or if you're in the field, exactly where to look on an inspection, you name it. I just talk through the process, and we've all got smartphones, so we've all got a video recorder in our pocket, and we all have laptops with, cloud-based screen recording capability. And I'll go into more detail on the apps in the future, but to get started, just use Loom. Amazing app, free to use, and when you start recording more than 100 videos, which you should get to if you invest in this, it then goes to like £3 a month or something, which is next to nothing, but it's so valuable. And you have the ability to share those videos just with a very simple link, which makes it really, really easy. So I'll go into Asana and how you use this in other vlogs because I'm conscious of spending too much time on each one. But ultimately, I applied this principle of videoing every process and system in my business and passing this level of instruction down to my team. And some 174 videos later, and I think there may have been another 50 on top of that for just F&Qs, I ended up with a business where stuff was happening without me. And from doing 60 hours a week, it dropped down to other people working far more effectively, far more productively, so they weren't actually increasing their hours. We actually managed to reduce our number of staff. Now, it wasn't a staff cutting process, because I've never been somebody to cut people out, but clearly the property manager who was sleeping on the job had to go, and also his wife was working for me at the time, and that wasn't a good fit anymore. So we reduced eventually over the course of 6 months, the team reduced from 9 down to 5, including myself, and that was just through stripping out the inefficiencies of the business. I think people who were previously hiding didn't like the new setup, but that's fine. And you have to be relatively sensible about making business decisions. It's not about unethical choices, but I did everything I could to keep everybody happy. I just want to make that abundantly clear, because that's how I operate. And it took 6 months to do, but I went from doing 60 hours a week down to 6 hours a month. And I'm now actually on the latest figures. Hope the wind's not too loud. The latest figures is now less than 30 minutes a week I spend on that business. And that's a pretty sizable business. A lot of moving parts. So I would hazard a guess that if most people invest their time into doing this, I'm not selling you anything, just giving you free advice. If you invested into doing this your time, you could do this in 3 to 4 months, quite comfortably. But it's one of those things that's so alien to entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs like problem solving, they love building relationships, they're creative. When it comes to analytical, detail-based administrative operation tasks, such as creating business systems, it's not their natural flow. So you have to kind of overcome that. But understand, there's a book I read, I'll do a review on it as well, The Slight Edge. And it's all about, you never stand still. You're either progressing or you're regressing. The people that progress do those simple, teeny tiny little tasks on a daily basis. They're just as easy to do, just as easy not to do. And the ones that do those daily tasks on a daily basis, compounding impact of that, progress them forward at an exponential rate. But the ones that don't do it, it equally compounds against you, because you miss out on the opportunity cost of all that compounding progress. So you regress at an alarming compounding rate. So pressing a screen recorder on your smartphone or your laptop and saying a few words, just do it on a daily basis. So easy to do, just as easy not to do. So just think about that. But I'll go into more details on how my business structures and systems I'll put in play. What I really want people to do if they're engaging with this content is comment anything you want to hear more about. Just message and I'll add it to my content plan. I'll bring it forward if it's enough demand to do so. And hopefully you'll find it really, really useful. Because I love talking about stuff like this. And if it is useful, I'm going to set up Facebook groups, etc., where I'll host all the supporting documents, PDFs, flowcharts, stuff like that,